Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I wanted to share my COMMIT30 that I'm using for as my dailies. What I previously used in my previous video, I think, or one of my videos I shared, I think it was my 24 lineup. I cut down this composition notebook into a B6 Slim, and this is kind of where I write down my daily tasks, like if I make a phone call, I make notes, brain dump, any notes that I need to take throughout the day, I would write it in here. And I started doing that about a couple years ago. I've also used this pen and gear notebook. I've used all different types. I think when I started a couple years ago, this kind of like I don't know, it's a B6 size. It's a 5x7. This is from Walmart. This is one of my other favorite notebooks. Sorry for the glare there. But I've used Passport. I use anything. It's whatever I'm in the mood for. So I have tried using the COMMIT30 for that before. It just never clicked. So I don't know. I just took it out this week and decided to use it. And I don't know, something clicked. So here we go. I was like that the same way with the Tomoe River paper years ago, back in 2016 when I started into the planner community. And also what other paper was at the Moleskine. I could not use it for years, and then I kept on trying every so often, and then I don't know, just one year it just clicked. So this is again a 2023, so I'll be redating it. I do not need this to be pretty. I don't decorate it. This is really pen to paper, very functional for me, and that's kind of how I use my dailies. I call it my dailies. So when I say dailies, that's what it is. And here, since it is a 2023, I did highlight the 2024 in case I needed to refer to this page for anything. And here are the holidays, so that's really nice. Here is my my intentions for the year, and I do have it in my Hobonichi weeks, and I just recopied it there, and I'll share why I want it there, or rewrote it there. And again, I'm just redating. So here is the monthly goal, and I just put declutter. I don't put action steps or whatever, because that's what I'm going to use the monthlies for. And here is just this tracker. I'm using it for the decluttering. I did write March, even though we're still in February. I did start this Wednesday. So as you'll see in a minute, but I did want to just kind of continue using it through March. Here is the monthly, and what I plan to do here, again, I just whited out the dates and rewrote it, and then I have this portion down here to use for whatever. I like using things organically, so I don't know, if I need to write something comes to my mind, I will use, all I need is space to write, and then I'll start writing. This month I commit to decluttering and my Bible reading. Those are my two main goals for March. To buy this column here, I don't know, I just needed someplace to write down my to buy, and then I'll transfer that over to my weeks later. And because I'm not doing it in my current week, this is something future. I don't really need it right now, but they're starting to fade a little bit, like if I use it too much. So that's something that I need to transfer to my weeks and then get it ordered. So what I plan to use this for is my decluttering, kind of, you know, I need to look at my schedule and then plan out kind of what I want to do. I'm not going to do the whole month. I like doing it week by week. So, you know, and write specifics, because I'm the type of person, I need specifics. If you just tell me to declutter and that's overwhelming for me, I'm not going to touch it, really, honestly. So, you know, so let's say, I don't know, give you an example. So here, if I'm going to declutter my junk drawer, here I can declutter, you know, just small baby steps. So every day that I'm doing something, it's, you know, a sense of accomplishment, and that encourages me on to keep on going, I think. So I don't know, we shall see. But I needed a reason to use this, and that's the only reason I came up with. This was already written in, if you see, white out. So I started using this on this page I don't know, I just did, because I just opened up the book. If you notice, I used it Wednesday, and I didn't want to use Wednesday and have two. I guess I could have flip-flopped and started using it Wednesday instead of, but anyway, what I did was for Saturday, and you know, this was the weekend, I whited that out, and then I just used it for notes. Here I do like a grocery list. Here are some notes that I took that on a phone call, and some YouTube channel that I was watching. And then here, I'm gonna use my pen. And then I just, again, redated, and that doesn't bother me using whiteout and stuff, because this is just, you know, get things done. My planner, my Hobonichi Weeks, my main planner, that is really, I'm not this messy with it. So here I just wrote tasks that are not really going to be maybe done this week, but I didn't really have a day. I like planning day by day. If you notice, I just put kind of, you know, the lady down the street that I take care of. But other than that, I don't like doing that, just because in my notebook, like when I use my pen and gear notebook, I just wrote down today, and then tomorrow I'll just write down tomorrow. I don't know, that's just the way my brain's working right now with this. Except for next week, when I called my doctor to reschedule my rheumatology appointment, when I originally scheduled this, it was 4 months ago, and so that's the only opening they had. So when I called this past week to reschedule, the doctor didn't have anything. I mean, the schedule went as far as July 11th, and he did not have anything open. So I was told that if I call between these times, 8 and 9, on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, that I can possibly, that's when they open up the schedule. You know, I guess they make new appointments. I don't know. But she said, try calling those days. And so I did not want to forget. And I forgot, you see, I forgot today was Friday, and I forgot to put it down, so I didn't get it done. And because I called yesterday. So I wrote it down so I won't forget, because I really need to get that scheduled or rescheduled. Okay. So I had color code because I tried not to, and my brain was having short circuiting. So I had to color code, because then that tells me what's work is purple, and these to-dos, these color is all specific to me. It doesn't have anything to do with my husband or my daughter. They are more in my Hobonichi Weeks, because I need to know what they're doing. But here is just me. And so here, yeah, so daily tasks, and then tomorrow or tonight I'll update this. And if I don't fill up the whole column, that's okay. But here I did. And I started intermittent fasting this past week on Monday with my husband, and I thought, you know what, in my head I was trying to figure out my calorie count, because if I was in the plus, you know, in the positive on Monday and was in the negative on Tuesday, I needed to know how many calories I had left. That's what I kind of do for the week. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's say Wednesday I did not use 755 calories, because I really wasn't hungry all that much. But Thursday I was in the negative. I was negative 58. So I just took that 58 from the 755. That's how I kind of do it, but just for that week. And so I wrote down here, that's when I was trying to figure that out. I wrote down my daily steps. And then here I put my times for intermittent fasting. I know it looks messy, but I know what all this means. And a lot of that will go now. I will write it down in my self-care weeks. So this is just, again, messy planning, so it doesn't need to look, you know, neat in any way. So here I, you know, just redated, and then redated there. And I think I had enough, because I started a page, you know, I skipped a page. I don't have enough for the end of March. So what I did is, now I'm going to go back. I know. I'm going to go back here and finish the month. And that does not bother me in the least. So I just whited out the information I had there, and I'll just continue using it. Having it all together doesn't bother me. Having it split up in the next month, that bothers me. So that works for me. So I'm going to continue using this. Another plus for me in having it this way is I can see, you know, if I did need to schedule ahead, I can. That's, you know, like for here, instead of writing on a post-it and then waiting for that day to come in my, you know, spiral notebook, and then, or in my B6 Slim composition notebook, and then rewriting it there. So here I can just have it. But I don't know, something about, I don't like to write my tasks too much because it's just overwhelming for me. I like to focus it day by day. And then here, if I don't get this done in these particular days, then that will migrate over to here. And a lot of my weekly tasks are already preset in my weekly. And how that works is at the beginning of the month, I look at my future log, then migrate all that over here. This is February goals. And then here is all my tasks for the month. That's where I get all my tasks from. Other, sometimes I just come up with tasks like if I bought something and I need to return something, that's something that wouldn't be here. So I compartmentalize my tasks just because that's just the way my brain works. So it's general task, home, planners, relationships, and planners is things that I want to change, things I want to create, things like that. And YouTube, faith, church, and savings. And I have to make another flip through of this and of January, and then I'll explain how everything works. But it generally goes from my future log to here, and then I add additional things that I want to work on, and then from there it migrates over. I pull from there to my weekly, and then from here I look at this and say, okay, let's say tomorrow I'm going to look at this list, because this is what I extracted or pulled from here, thinking I will get it done. It doesn't always get done, and that's okay, because I'll just migrate it. And if I migrate it too many times, I have to decide whether I'm going to put it back in my future log, because I'm not going to touch it, you know, for months. I just have to, you know, because I can continue migrating it from there. Or am I going to just scrap it, you know, just delete it or scratch it out? Sometimes I do that. If I feel, yeah, that's something I really want to do, I'll just, you know, remove it from my future log. So that's how that works. So that I, you know, hopefully, if you've been following for a while, you know, I don't stick to dailies until I fall in love with something. And then it's like after 3 weeks or a month or even a day, I'll scrap it. And that's okay. That's okay. But right now, this is working for me. And then back here are, I think it has, let me see how many note pages, 31 note pages. And then I'm just going to use this kind of like list making or for notes, you know, extra notes. If I don't have, you know, notes here or space, like here I do, so I'll write them here. But if I don't, I can just, you know, use them back here. And that's the good thing about this. I just want to use it the way it works for me. Things to buy for the house. See how it's my green. I need a new one. So this is just things future that I want to buy at the top of my head that I really needs to be replaced. Some shades, some lamps, and things like that. For here, since I'm really focusing now, since I started Monday, on intermittent fasting and calorie counting, because I want to lose some weight. So now I might, you know, like proteins, just reminders of things. Here I want to put like foods, like snacks. If I want a snack, instead of thinking, okay, what do I want? What do I want? I can just look here and have snack ideas, lunch ideas, dinner ideas. And then up here, kind of, you know, break it down, you know, fruits that I like, proteins that I like, you see, vegetables that I like. So I don't know. I just like it written down, so I don't have to process so much information in my head, because it's exhausting sometimes. And then I'll use this, you know, very organically. This list that I made here, this grocery list, the only reason I wrote it here is because I had the space and I wanted to use it. And actually my husband went this morning and bought groceries, but I have Post-its back here. Every notebook I have, I always have Post-its. So from now on, I'll just put my little grocery list here, and then I give it to my husband. So that's how that works. And yeah, it's working. I am really enjoying my COMMIT30. I did not before. but now that it's clicking with me, I'm enjoying it. So that's all I have. And if you have any questions, please let me know below, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. But other than that, I'll talk to you guys soon, and until next time.